Hello, welcome back to my channel, Rosebuds. If you're new, hi, I'm Rosie. And what's that? How do you make sure you never miss an upload? I'm so glad you asked. Subscribe below and click that adorable little notification bell. Good? Need more time. Good? Okay, cool. So breakups suck, right? I went through one at the start of social distancing and it was probably the saddest I've ever been in my life. But I came up with a system, okay? It is a 10-step plan that helped me move on with my life. And since you subscribed and you clicked that cheeky little notification bell button, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Oh, and also doing my makeup always makes me feel like a strong, independent lady, so I'm gonna do that while I tell you my plan. Okay, here we go. This is top secret, so it's only for people who subscribe and click the notification bell. You're in, but get on the DL. I would like to preface this by saying I don't know much about makeup, but I do know a little. So we will be winging it. And I don't mean winging it, I mean winging it. Maybe winging it. We're gonna let the independence guide us. So immediately after your breakup, you're gonna feel a lot of resentment towards the person that you're no longer with. And that's totally normal, and you need to completely honor that, because if you just shove it down, you're gonna feel even worse. The first step in this plan is to write down a list of all the negative traits that your ex has. So everything that got under your skin when you were in a relationship, write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't want to put any of my exes on blast. So I did an example one, but it's not based on anybody specific. It says negative traits of a completely not real made up ex. Basically, you can write things down like selfish, doesn't have a job, irritable, bad style, poor hygiene, dishonest, lazy, arrogant, boring, has no ambition, out of shape, manipulative, doesn't share food, drinks a lot. If we used to be lovers, it's not based on you, don't worry. It just helps you like get all that frustration out, but it also leads into step number 2.
Editing Rosie here, just here to say it is not step 2, it is step 1.5.
You are gonna draw a picture, but not just any picture. Although we do love art therapy. You are gonna draw a picture of a little monster, okay? Bear with me. And that little monster is gonna embody all of those negative traits that you wrote down about your ex. This is the example, not based on a real person, that I did for this list that I made. So here, this is this little guy. See, he has bad hygiene, he's a little smelly, he doesn't share his food, he eats and drinks too much, and he like plays video games all the time, and he's like kind of like moody and bad style, because that does not match. This is like super therapeutic for me because I respond super well to like art therapy stuff. Basically, you're gonna look at it and you're gonna say never again, bye. So step number 2, you are going to write another list, but this time you're gonna write a list of all of the things that you learned. I try really hard to believe that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes it's hard to believe it, but I try. And so figure out the reason why this person came into your life and left. Like, what did you learn? What are you grateful for? And what are you gonna do differently in the future? Something I learned from this past relationship I was in is that I can really easily lose myself in my partner and like no longer have a good sense of who I am and my identity. And a lesson that I learned is that I need to give love to my partner, but I also need to give love to myself and make sure that I don't change or like get sucked up into them like an amoeba. I don't want to be an extension of somebody else. I want to be my own person, you know? I wrote that down on my list along with many other wonderful things that I got out of this relationship. And it made me feel like, yeah, it's over, but it wasn't all for nothing. Number 3 is to forgive yourself for all of the stuff that you think you've done wrong. So if there's anything that you think you did wrong or mistake that you made, you gotta let it go. You gotta forgive yourself for it, because living in guilt for the rest of your life is not gonna do anything except make your heart hurt, and we don't want that. Think about it, learn from it, and then let it go. Everybody makes mistakes, everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way, you know? Okay, number 4. I do not know what would have happened if I didn't have number 4. Every time you want to talk to your ex, every time you miss them, every time you're like, should I text them maybe? I don't know. No, you write them a letter. You're gonna write them a letter every time you want to talk to them. Every time you're thinking about them and you want to be like, I miss you. Just write it down, put it in a little envelope, pull it to all the boys I've loved before, and put a little address on it. Really convince yourself that you're about to send this letter to them, okay? And then, don't. Keep it, put more things in, date them so that the ex knows when you wrote with each one and you were thinking of them and all this stuff, but don't send them until you are out the other end of the breakup, until you have your head on your shoulders, you feel good about yourself, and you have your confidence back. Because I did this. I have an envelope literally full of letters that I was convinced I was gonna send to my ex, and now that I'm feeling better, I'm not sending them. Because I don't need to do that anymore. I got it out and it's all there. And for me, the fact that it's there is enough. This helps in more than one way. It helps because you're saving yourself from looking desperate or trying to reconnect when you shouldn't, but also you're respecting the space of your ex, which is really important because you have to take their feelings into account too, right? So if they need more space or time, writing them a letter but never sending it allows you to communicate with them without it affecting their healing. Number 5 is take a break from social media. All I mean by that is don't thirst trap. It's not cute and it accomplishes nothing. I learned this the hard way. I did. People can tell when you're going through a breakup on social media because they start feeling themselves like a billion times harder than they normally would. And there is literally nothing wrong with confidence. If it comes from a genuine place, that's amazing. But make sure that it's not rooted in trying to make your ex jealous or trying to get validation from other people with likes and comments and, oh, you're so beautiful, you don't need him. Like, none of that is real, and what that's gonna do is it's gonna make you think you're okay when you're not, and you're gonna become dependent on validation from others. And you don't need other people's validation. You need to know that you are amazing on your own because you've done the work, you know? You have reflected and you know what's good now. You know you're amazing. And so if you do post on social media, you're doing it for you. I'm scared that these eyebrows are too dark. Don't make fun of me. Once I put the rest on, I'm sure it'll be fine, right? Okay, cool. We're just gonna look at my totally real hair, everybody. Definitely not just a clip-in ponytail from that website that's always showing up on my Instagram. I gave in after like the 4th ad. I was like, no. Fine, but I'm so happy with it and it makes me feel like a strong, independent lady. Number 6 piggybacks off of number 5, which is you don't need validation from others, right? So don't get over your ex by getting under someone else. And that is just not healthy. Here's why. Going from a serious relationship straight into something else is A, not gonna give you enough time to heal and grow and reflect. B, it's gonna make this new person that you're with feel like you're just using them to get over your ex. And C, it's gonna make your ex really sad. Even if they broke up with you, it's still gonna hurt them to see you with someone else straight away. And if you did care about them at any point, I think that it's important to take those feelings into account. I'm not saying wait 6 years before you go out on another date. Like, I'm literally just saying make sure the timelines don't touch because it can just make things messy and it can make you think you're okay when you're not. Same goes for hookups. Be really careful about hooking up with people straight after a breakup because it can actually make you feel really empty and sad when it's over. And also, it can just lead to bad decision making. You can think, oh, I'm gonna go do this, and it can just spiral into poor choices and regret. Just know yourself, know what's gonna work for you, and know what's gonna push your boundary, and just don't push yourself. Plus, you're amazing, and people have to earn that right. People have to work hard to make a spot in your life, okay? You're not just gonna hold the door open because somebody else just walked out of it, you know? They gotta like knock. And then you gotta like open it with the little thing on. You have to say hi, and they say, hey, you want a date? And you say, come to the window, maybe we can talk through the window. And then they'll be like, can I come inside? And you'll be like, I don't know, like maybe we'll talk through the window some more. And then like eventually maybe you'll like open the window, and then like maybe eventually you can open the door. You know? I don't even know, to be honest. So we'll just move on from that metaphor, okay? Number 7 is work on you. All of that time that you would have devoted to making that person happy that you were dating, give it to yourself. So give yourself a bubble bath, or do your makeup, or put on some lotion, or take up a new hobby. I put so much energy into my most recent relationship because I'm a giving little Cancer crab, and I just wanted to do everything for him and make him the center of my universe. And that's cute and all, and it was lovely. I love making people happy. But at the same time, I lost who I am. I was not giving myself any love. I was not paying attention to what I needed to do for myself. I stopped taking so much pride in my style and how I felt about my body, and I just fell into this this weird trap of loving this person and that being my identity, which sucks. Like, you don't want that. Give yourself that energy. Just act like you're dating yourself. Her name is Ari, and I'm so good with that. If you would have got your significant other a little present on your way home from work, you get yourself a little present on your way home from work. Takes a while, but eventually you're gonna become super comfy with being alone, and that is so important. What are we doing with this makeup? I don't know. Thanks for asking though. Okay, we stan a bold eye. All right. Piggybacking off of number 7 is number 8, which is exercise. You can find ways to make it fun. My primary source of exercise now is dancing. That's not, what do I do? Makeup people, what do I do? That's pretty. Oh wow. Somebody gave me this. Not a brand or anything, just my friend. Oh, you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? We're gonna go full euphoria in this house. Oh, what I was saying is work out. If you are subscribed to me on YouTube, you probably know that I make dance tutorials in my free time because it's super fun. It's amazing exercise and it makes me feel so free, so independent, so creative. And like as an added bonus, it helps me stay snatched. And when you feel good about your fitness, you feel good about yourself. And all those endorphins kick in after you're done. I think that's what they're called. I'm not a scientist, so don't come for me if you're a scientist. And they make you feel a rush of good stuff just that fills your body. If you want to dance to get some exercise, check out my channel. You'll find lots of fun tutorials and exercise videos. If you learn my dance, tag me in it and I'll shout you out in my weekly dance video. Exercise is really important for me because I didn't get a lot of it when I was in a relationship because I spent all the time that I should have been exercising, cuddling on the couch and watching The Office for like the billionth time. Number 9 is Marie Kondo Your Life. Okay, I think that's her name. I never watched the show, but my friends use that term all the time. And basically, it means clear out anything that does not spark joy, including all the stuff from your ex, including the sweaters and stuff. I know, but you gotta. You don't want to wear that sweater. It's gonna make you think of the person that you miss. You don't need that negativity. So, get rid of it. Also, get rid of anything else that you feel like you don't need in this era of your life. All that sweetener stuff? No. This is thank you next. And next is this new chapter of your life. Get rid of things that don't spark joy and make room for new things, for new adventures, and for new memories. Okay, the last step, and probably the most difficult one, is give it time. The fact of the matter is an instant fix just doesn't exist. It's gonna be a long process. I have physically hurt, like my heart has physically hurt because of how heartbroken I was. And I literally was at a point where I did not think I would ever feel better. I didn't think I would ever feel happy again. I didn't think I would ever want to put myself out there to be vulnerable with another person again. And I definitely don't want that right now. Like, I'm so happy on my own. After a while, it starts to hurt less, and then a little less, and then a little less. And I promise you, eventually you're gonna be okay. I read online that it takes 6 weeks to get over somebody because I literally searched online, how long does it take to get over somebody? It said 6 weeks, but it took me longer than 6 weeks. It took me 3 months. I'm still not completely out of the woods, but I feel like I'm almost there and I feel happy again. I feel like myself, and I'm really proud of how strong I've been, if I'm being honest. Okay, this kind of slaps. Let's be real. This kinda slaps. God, okay, I'm adding a step. Step 11, put glitter on your face. Wow, this makes me feel better than anything that I've listed. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little lip moment. What do you think? Something subtle, right? Like a bright orange? Yeah, something subtle. Okay. The most important thing to remember is that you are not alone. So many people are going through it right now, which, let me just add, is the worst time to ever be going through something like this because you can't even go hang out with your friends. You can't even go dancing to get your mind off it. You can't even go like out to eat with the chicas. It's so sad. I had to go through it literally completely isolated. It's hard, but you know what? You have Zoom, you have Skype, you have FaceTime, you have people who are going to be there to help you. They may just not be there physically. Friends, at the end of the day, are the real ones. Like, they are always going to be there for you to help you through. Definitely reach out to them and talk about how you feel, because talking about it puts it out there, and you can't fix something until you acknowledge it. If you want to talk about it, DM me on Instagram. I would literally love to give you any stories or just reassurance that you need, because trust me, I really know how much it sucks. I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not a life advice guru, but I'm a person with person thoughts and person feelings and person experiences. Oops. And person clumsiness. You got this. Eventually you'll be okay. Eventually you might want to put yourself out there for love again, or maybe you won't. Maybe you'll be on your own forever and loving every second of it. Honestly, that's how I feel right now. If you're going through this, let me know in the comments, and then we'll all just share love in the comments and encouragement, and we'll hype each other up, because we're all beautiful and wonderful. And next relationship that you're in, if you're in another one, you don't have to be, but if you are in one, you're gonna know exactly what you deserve, exactly what you're looking for, and exactly how you want it to go. Pay attention to red flags. If somebody doesn't tick all your boxes, adios, because you have this amazing opportunity now to be selective about who you let into your life next. And that's such a cool thing. You get to audition people to be in your life. Someone comes in and you say, how do you feel about animal rights? And they say, oh, I love a cheeseburger. I say, thank you, next. It's literally the most exciting thing. And so until Grayson Dolan walks into my life, I'm just be like, selective. Yeah, I'm gonna go strut around my house like a boss ass bitch. Look at this outfit. Ooh, yes, yes, she went there. She did it. Ooh, own that ponytail. Work that up too. Ooh, if you want more videos like this, you probably don't. But if you want more videos like this, let me know. I will continue posting dance videos, which I know that's what everybody is subscribed for. Nobody wants to hear me talk. Hit me up on Instagram at RosieDN21, and I will always message you back. TikTok is RosieDN21 too, if you wanna follow me there. Ending disclaimer, no hate to any of my exes. I hope no one feels like they've been called out. I hope you're doing well if you're watching. I bet you're not, because why would you? But if you are, just love, and I hope you're well. Thank you, Rosebuds, my new Rosebuds who joined and clicked that notification bell and subscribed, right? You did, because that, mwah.